and welcome to this new cooking class from home. So good to see you. This is Fran.
And this is Ainhoa.
Well, today we are cooking creamy codfish, Portuguese style.
So, bacalhau con natas.
Bacalhau con natas. There we go. That's what we're cooking today. So, well, we've been a few days in Portugal researching for the next Camino de Santiago tour that I'm going to be doing in May. It's going to be from Porto all the way to Santiago de Compostela. And it was, we've eaten.
We've eaten a lot.
A lot. God, we had to taste. It's one research.
What a good excuse.
It's a perfect excuse. You have to eat. Hola, James. So, shall we?
Yeah, it's quite a long recipe for
Today,
what we're used to.
yes.
Yeah.
Today's going to be a long recipe.
Well, long.
Well, compared to
Compared to
all the things that we've been doing.
I'm going to get my apron.
Hola, Emeline, right. Hello from Seattle. How are you guys doing? Well, by the way, first of all, we would like to apologize if you got like 6 or 8 mails all the same. We don't know what has happened to the computer. It just went nuts and it started sending mails and mails and mails. Sorry for that. Really, really sorry. Didn't mean to. Okay, so here we go. As always, we have a little bit of decoration. Okay, we have my hero when I was a kid. This is from a anime, a Japanese TV series that it was called Mazinger Z. Okay, and he was the main character. I loved it when I was a kid. And a few years ago, I asked Santa Claus to give it to me. And Santa Claus
Was very nice.
was very clever about it. Well, I was kind of clear. How would that? Anyway, so here we go. This is what we're going to be needing today. A lot of things, okay? So we're going to need potatoes. These ones are already boiled, okay? You're going to need milk, cream, flour, very thin chopped onions, chopped parsley, couple of garlics, cloves, the star of the day, which is this beautiful cod. This cod has already been desalted. Okay, so it was salted, now it's desalted. Then you're gonna need the basics, olive oil, black pepper, and salt. Be careful with the salt, because if you have desalted that, sometimes it's not very, very well desalted, so you need to be very careful how much salt you put. And then you need for the topping, for presentation, a little bit of grated cheese and some black olives. Boss, let's start.
Ready?
We are ready to go.
So, what we need first is you put the milk, cold milk, into the pan.
Okay.
And, I always use this cod that has the skin on, because the skin has got like a lot of jelly. And I find it gives the dish a very good consistency.
Well, I guess the protein is more in the jelly, in the skin. So,
The collagen.
so
So anyway, for us it's very easy. I go to this shop, they desalt it for us.
and you don't have to do
you
it
don't have
at
to
home.
do it. Okay,
So, important. The milk is cold, and we just put the cod into it. This recipe is for 4 or 5 people.
right.
Okay, so the quantities that we are sharing, it's for about 8 people. Okay, because we've done it twice.
We're doing half the amount that you have in the recipe.
So
right?
there we go. Now you just turn the temperature on and you wait until that starts to boil.
It starts
Okay,
boiling,
so
okay.
you leave that there, and we start with the potatoes. See?
Right. So what
Oops,
I do
sorry.
is I put my pan. This is a big pan.
You need kind of a big pan.
Oh yeah.
What?
It's nice that you put the.
I feel the olive oil, and then it doesn't come out as easy.
No, it's fine. So what I did is I boiled the potatoes. I don't boil them. I put some film.
Tinfoil, no, a plastic wrap.
Plastic wrap. I cover it very well, and then I put in the microwaves maximum strength for 12 minutes.
Okay.
And then I let them cool and I peel them, right? So because if you boil them, then some flavor is lost. In this way, it's like a steam, right?
Okay. So they are, let's say, halfway cooked. Well, more than halfway cooked.
No, they're
They're pretty
cooked.
cooked.
In fact, the real recipe, I think, more than frying, it just confits them. So they sort of put a lot of oil.
Yeah, and it takes, oh, that takes forever. Again, this is our recipe.
It's not
If
the
it's not the recipe, okay? So there we go. Let's see if that wants to start. So I mean, when we started dating 30 years ago, our very first trip we did outside of Pamplona or outside of home, it was to Lisbon. And we felt in love.
like ages ago.
It was like 30 years ago.
Wow.
That's way too
But
long.
not 29.
29. There we go. Woo, 29, not 30. So what we did is we went to Lisbon. We fell in love with the city. We fell in love with the Portuguese people. I mean, they're so nice, so welcoming. And oh my God,
Super nice people.
we fell in love with the food. The thing is that in history, we have to understand that Portugal, they had a lot of colonies, India, a lot of things in Africa. So now obviously Brazil. So all of those heritage, all of these spices, they come into it. I mean, they have some of the best English, English, some of the best Indian restaurants in Porto, in Lisbon, in everywhere. So the food in Portugal is incredible. But what shocks, especially Spanish people, is that in Portugal they cook their codfish in 100,000 different ways. I mean, it's so amazing. And the best one that we tasted, it is this one. So when we came from Portugal, we started cooking this on and on and on. And this is the recipe that we cook. Obviously, if somebody's from Portugal, it's like, we don't do it this way. No, it's not. Probably you don't.
I'm sure.
This is our own home recipe, the one that we love, our kids adore, and it's that's like
I
super,
imagine it's
super.
an adaptation.
Well, it's an adaptation. Well, I think that, all of this home cooking, you're adapting to what it is. So, yeah.
So yeah, we do have cod in Spain, and we have very good cod. But I think the way the Portuguese cook, it's amazing.
It's really something special. I mean,
because we went to several restaurants while we were researching for your tour, and they just the way they cook.
no matter how they do it,
Yeah,
it's good.
it's
And it's
good.
really, really amazing.
Yeah, in fact, I think Portugal is a super, super nice country.
Hi,
that is
Laurie.
worth a visit.
How are you doing? By the way, thank you for joining in. Thanks for writing that to know that you're here because hey, it's kind of
Yeah,
super
we
cool.
had like this technical issue today.
Oh God, with the emails. So sorry for that again.
Well, it's fine. So at least they knew that we were going to cook this.
Yeah, you know, like 8 times. Like, so what you just want to do is
what we
mark
do
them.
is- What we do is like
So nice to see you too, Lori. Yeah. So as you can see, it's like
we give them a little touch of olive oil, and then because otherwise if they are boiled, we find them very boring.
yeah. So you want them. If you want to do the real original thing, you're gonna have to take forever in very low olive oil. It's very good, okay? But
It's better.
we don't have that much time at home to do that, so we cook it very, very fast. Meanwhile, what we're doing is we're putting the cod in the milk, just cod and milk, and we just need to wait until it
That's the problem.
boils.
What takes longer for
Yeah.
the recipe. And in fact, it doesn't take super long, but it takes a while until it boils. Once it boils, you just give it 2 minutes,
Yeah.
no more.
because the cod, it cooks quite easy, quite fast, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, as we wait, as tour guide, let me show you a little bit of the relationship as a Spanish we have to Portugal. I mean, we love Portugal. We have a very, very close relationship with Portugal that dates back forever, okay? You have to understand that the Catholic kings, Isabella and Ferdinand, they married one of their daughters, Isabel, the daughter of Isabella and Ferdinand, to Alphonse of Portugal, because they wanted to join the two kingdoms. The thing is that poor Isabel lost her husband, Alphonse, and she had to marry Alphonse's brother, who is Manuel the First. So Manuel has to marry his sister-in-law, which I think is kind of funny.
I think that was kind of normal.
Unfortunately, Isabel dies, and he has to get married to Isabel's sister, which is Maria. So Manuel I marries his sister-in-law, so his brother's wife, and later his wife's sister, which is like, well, royal families. I think I love that. But later in years, the year 1700, in Spain, we ran out of Habsburgs. The Habsburg dynasty dies, and we gain the Bourbons. The Bourbons came. It was Philip V, who was the grandson of the Sun King in France. Okay, Louis XIV, Louis XIV. Philip V, for us, is Philip V. His son is Ferdinand VI, and Ferdinand VI is going to get married to Bárbara de Braganza.
Another Portuguese lady.
Another Portuguese lady. They had the most beautiful love story. I mean, they loved each other dearly. Okay, let me continue with this story because it's quite cool. What are you doing, Ainhoa?
I'm breaking my potatoes.
Okay, so what you have to do is you need to make square bits. I mean, irregular and things like that.
Well, I do it like this because it's easier for me. But you can make the squares before.
Yeah, I mean, if you are a perfectionist, you can do them. Yes, perfect. But what we're looking is just to not have big slices of potato.
No,
We just want,
because I want the starchiness of the potato.
yeah, the starchiness.
The starchiness.
Is that a word?
That's a word.
We don't care if it's a word or not. You make it up,
That's
and
a word.
we're okay with it. So anyway, I was talking to you about Ferdinand VI and his wife Bárbara de Braganza. Beautiful love story. Unfortunately, they didn't have children.
No,
Okay.
they didn't.
So the brother of him, Charles III, became king of
Can
Spain.
you leave Barbara for a second?
Okay, I'll leave Bárbara for a sec because take a look at the cod. It's already boiling. So now what Ainhoa has done is turn you put the skin at the beginning on the bottom. Now the skin goes on the top and you leave it for 2 minutes, no more than 2 minutes.
So it's counting, right?
Okay, so there we go. It's counting right there, 2 minutes. That's all you need.
Okay.
Now,
I'm going to get
potatoes.
my potatoes out.
Potatoes are done. As you can see, they have a beautiful. Oops, one piece fell down.
No worry, I'll throw it away.
Don't throw that away. That's save it for me.
Okay.
It's
Thank God it's super clean.
it's super clean. It's our home. Okay. So now what we do is we put a little bit of olive oil, never butter, okay?
No.
No butter. Well, a little bit, no. A little bit more than a little.
Well, it's about 2 tablespoons.
There we go. And we're gonna put there the garlic, the onion.
Chopped onions. I chop
So,
it very finely, right?
look how little, hold it, let me zoom in. No, take your hand out, please. There we go. So, you see it's super thinly chopped. There we go.
Right. So you put it in.
We put it in.
For this, we use like about 100 things.
100 what?
100 things.
Yeah. For this recipe, you need saucepans and pots and everything.
I'm going to add a little bit of salt.
Salt to the onions.
Oh, and I do this because I already know that the cod is very well been salted and it doesn't have much salt, but you need to check, right? So, I'm going to...
So what you do is you have there
Okay.
the onions, they're beginning to be done.
Right.
Then you have the garlic, there it goes.
You know, I love my thing, this garlic press is super useful in the kitchen.
Okay, that's the cod. Say it, hey, I'm done.
My cod is done. I'm going to...
So that is the garlic going in. This recipe you have, it's easy, as you can see, but you have a lot of things to do. Okay, so, and the timings is that way you can make most of the time out of it.
Right.
But yeah, this is a...
Right.
Okay, so you have...
You have to be careful with the garlic, yeah? It burns.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my cod out.
Okay, so now the cod comes out of the pan, okay, but you have to save the milk.
Absolutely, that's super important. We are going to use this milk. In fact, we are going to cook is a bechamel with this, the cod, and the milk, right? And
Right.
the milk needs to be hot. I'm going to get this out of the way.
There we go.
And then, while this cooks, I'm going to thank God I'm quite nipple-goose as a person, and I don't burn easily.
Well, what she's going to do, I could not do it. Okay, my finger. I have sissy fingers.
Sissy fingers.
Well, you never get burned. I'm like, she's like, darn girl.
Sissy fingers or cheeky fingers?
I have sissy fingers. How do you say that?
I don't know.
I burn
You
easily.
burn easily, right? That's quite simple.
So well, anyway, the important thing is that you need to get the skin out of the cod.
You need to get the skin and be careful with the bones.
Yes,
Right?
if you find any bones, you need to remove them because this is a dish that it's quite difficult to see the bones. Okay, the good thing about the cod is that the bones of the codfish are big. So if by any chance you get one bone in your mouth, you can take it easy, very easy. Okay, so you can take it out very easy. So that's what you have to do.
I'm sorry, but you
What are you looking for? Okay. Ooh, she's taking with her tweezers. Tweezers?
How do you call this in English?
I think it's a tweezer.
Is it? These are kitchen ones, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's not for your eyebrows, and then you use it. I know. Are you nuts?
No, I mean, these are special for the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
The ones for the eyebrows are much smaller.
Okay, this is my family. We're normal, I swear to God.
Sort of.
Sort of normal. Okay, there we go.
So
So,
this is what takes a bit longer. So while you do this, you have to be controlling your onions.
so as you finish that, let me go back to history.
Tell
Okay.
them about Barbara.
So we were talking about Barbara de Braganza and his husband Ferdinand VI of Spain. Beautiful love story. Unfortunately, they didn't have kids. So the thing is that she died, and he loved her so much, so much that he went crazy. He went crazy.
He didn't go crazy. He just was depressed.
He was depressed, and he said that he was dead and bury me. I don't care if I'm walking, just bury me. So his brother had to join in and say, hey, okay. Charles III had to come. He was in Naples because Naples was Spanish at that time. He was king of Naples, Charles III, and he came to Spain. Okay, so it was one of these beautiful love stories. Tweezers. Thank you, Linda. We were right. It's tweezers. Thank you. We love you guys. So, by the way, I'm going on Tuesday to Madrid. Why don't I do a live? Okay, in Madrid, there's a beautiful where the two of them are buried. We cannot go inside, but outside it's beautiful enough. So I'll do a live show. Okay, so on Tuesday, Palacio de las Salesas, Convent of Salesas, is in the city center of Madrid. And if somebody comes to Madrid, I really recommend you to go because it's a beautiful, beautiful love story. And the building, it's magnificent Baroque building in Madrid. So on Tuesday, if somebody it's up to it, I'll do a live show from Madrid. See? Okay. Back to Twizzle's woman.
I'm almost done.
You're almost done?
Yeah, because well, the rest didn't have many bones, but this one does have bones.
Holy.
Yeah, it's a fish.
It's a
It has
fish.
bones.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like when people say, yes, Dolores, sounds great. Yay! So, see you Monday. No, Tuesday. When people say, oh, the fish has bones, it's like, yeah,
So do you, huh?
So we do. Yeah, there we go. It's like, big deal. Just take them out. Yes. Be careful. Are they all gone?
Maybe if you try, there will be some. And my father will not be here,
Ah.
so it's a pity somebody will get the bone.
Yeah. My father-in-law knows that if there's one bone in 100,000 fishes, he will get the bone. So it's the joke in the family. It's like, well, don't worry, nobody will get the bone because my father-in-law is in the house. Look, when,
So yeah, almost. I know you get impatient.
no.
So, well, the thing is that this is a winter dish because you cannot eat this in the summer. It's like hot as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I think it's done.
Okay.
Right. So what we do, once you get all the skin, you don't notice it, but it's like such a jelly feeling.
Let me. Oh. Okay. Now, important.
Important. This is about one big tablespoon.
Or I wrote on the text 2 tablespoons,
Yeah, but you for the amount you need 1.
1.5.
Yeah. And I put it in before because I want to get the flavor of the. I want to roast the flour a little bit so
Yeah.
it doesn't taste so much of raw flour, and it gives the bechamel a very nasty feeling. Let me.
Laurie, really, it's not. I mean, I think quantities and that is much more important in bakery. Here, if you put a little bit more flour or if you put
Doesn't matter.
a little bit of more, it's okay. As long as you don't exceed the salt, I think the rest. So it's not a complicated. I mean, we give quantities because, when you're sharing a recipe, you need quantities. But really, in all of these dishes, it's more to taste.
Yeah, but we also do it because these are the recipes that the kids have
Yeah.
in the family's recipe book. And they are always asking for, give me the amount, give me the amount. How
Yeah.
much is that? I mean, a pinch, what is a pinch?
A pinch. It's a pinch.
It's a
It's a
pinch.
pinch. Okay, so now we have in this pan we have the garlic, we have the onions, we have the flour, and we have the codfish that has already been cooked for 2 minutes, boiled in the milk. But remember, the milk has to be cold. You put the codfish in the cold milk and then you proceed. Now, what goes inside is the parsley.
Yeah.
And it's a pinch. No.
So few pinches.
It's just a bunch. Again, to taste.
Well, to taste. Some people don't put the parsley in, and some people do. And some people just use it outside as a decoration. Whatever. Try both. Right? Oh, look at bone.
Ooh, extra bone out of the way. Good.
All right, so what we do now is...
You mean about pulling all the bones out? Yeah, it's more complicated.
Yeah, so you try, but...
You try, but obviously there has to be some left. Anyway, there goes the milk.
The milk comes in. So it's about 100 cups. Yep.
100 cups.
No, that's 100 cups around
Oh,
the
yeah.
kitchen. Right, so I'm going to put this up because what I want to get is a nice bechamel.
So now, with the little flour that you have added into this, with the milk into it, and the jelly of the cod, it's gonna thicken and it will become like a bechamel sauce. Okay, it's gonna become a very rich, tasty sauce.
Yeah, I mean, most people for this dish, they use, instead of, how to say, lomos de bacalao, like the pieces that I showed you, they use like cod that is in small pieces with no skin.
Yeah, shredded.
Yeah, like cod breadcrumbs.
The thing is that what we like is to have when you eat it, to find the little pieces like these of cod, so you don't break it completely. It just separates how is it laminas? The little things.
Slices.
The thin slices that are on the codfish. Naturally, you don't cut them, so you just separate them, and it comes super good. Okay, so
Takes a little while, huh?
So now we are making it boil. Okay, so you just have to stir it and move it, and in no time you will have to add the cream and the potatoes.
Yeah, in no time, but not yet.
I get it. In time, but not yet. You guys should have seen her face. She looked at me like, not yet. It's like, I'm scared.
You're a quick cook.
Yup. You scared the boo-boo out of me. I think we've been married too long now.
It's fine.
It's fine. Anyway,
Okay. So
Back to the recipe.
back to the recipe. So it's thickening a little bit. You don't notice that because you are looking through the camera, but it just gets thicker, a little bit thicker, right? And then I'm going to, now that it starts like, you know, getting.
Okay, so please
not-
don't move the pan. Let me make a zoom. So let's see. In the rim of the pan, I think you can start seeing that it's not anymore milk, it's more cream. Okay, this is the texture we're looking for. Oh God, it smells so good. Okay, now, boss, what else?
Plus. So once it gets about this thick, maybe I'll show you with the spoon, right?
Okay.
So somehow it's still runny, but
Okay, do it again. Let me make a zoom in. Okay, that texture, okay? A little bit more than just milk. It has to be a little creamy.
right?
It's what you add.
And then you add the cream.
Okay, so this is cream, natural double cream, I think is how you call it.
Double cream, right? Yeah.
And you let it settle.
You
and-
mix it. You see, I'm not mixing it a lot. Like, try to keep the cut, the pieces.
Oh God, it smells so good.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, it's not a beautiful because it's like
It's
super
not a-
white.
Super whitish. This is what I put the parsley.
Yeah, the parsley comes good to give a little bit of color because imagine this without the parsley, it would be like nothing. It would be just plain. But there it goes. It keeps on boiling. It keeps on going steady. You see how it's thickening? Those bubbles are a little bit more thick, and this is what you want. You want to make a soft cream of it, okay? So that's why you do it that way. See? Okay.
So, how is it going?
I think it's okay. I think it's about time to get potatoes in.
Yeah.
I will not say anything because you'll scream to me, and I'm
No,
afraid.
I'm not scream to you. But you know, it's like, yeah, it's getting thicker. And the thing is that once you put the potatoes in,
It thickens like.
it thickens more. That's what I want. You need starchy potatoes.
There we go.
That's the reason. I mean, the thickness that you want to give the dish is up to you. What I do is I crush the potatoes a little bit.
So you just when you eat it, you have find little pieces of potato, little pieces of cod. It's a little bit of everything. So that's the good thing. And now this takes about how long to make all the flavors melt together?
Oh,
Like a couple of minutes.
yeah.
So you see how thick the sauce is? It's so beautiful.
Okay, so whenever maybe you find a chunk that you want to scratch, just scratch it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Frank keeps on saying that I speak in a very low voice. I'm sorry. So sorry.
So what happens is that the camera, when I talk, the voice, the volume, it's very high. But when it's on the other side, I know it comes very, very low, her volume, her voice. So I'm continuously telling her, higher. And she's like, leave me alone. I'm like,
Oh, okay. Higher, so you can hear me. Right, so
okay.
this is the way I make it. So it's not, you see, it's not super thick. I don't know if that's the right way or not the right way, but that's
It's
the
our way.
That's the way we do it, because now what is going to happen is that we need this.
Okay.
Well, you can put it in any kind of recipient that goes into the oven, right? Oof.
Don't do it by hand. Do it.
No, I was
It's
looking
too
for
much.
this. Right, my
Okay.
pans are non-stick pans, but you can use metal instruments. If you cannot, then don't do it. But then for this, you can. This is what I have them. You can use everything with these pans.
So you want to put, because now this has to go into the oven for 5 minutes or less, because what you need to do is grill this, okay? Because the topping, which is what our kids fight for, is a grilled cheese on top.
Okay. So this kind of clay recipient seems small, but it's not small at all.
Oh no, God.
So this would serve.
5.
Okay, if the kids are home, let's say 4. For us,
It's gonna be
well,
5.
Five
Yeah.
people. All right. So something that happens is that Portuguese people very often. Well, let me do this. I like the color. You put the cheese. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you didn't turn that off?
I
Really?
didn't turn it off. So you put the cheese. And then up to you how much cheese?
Just put a thin, well, not that thin. We love cheese here. We're cheese lovers in this
A
house.
semi-thin layer.
Yeah. I can imagine people saying, damn, that's thin. We just
No,
love.
it's not. It's,
Okay. So
all right.
there we go.
There we go.
Now.
So what happens is that people generally put the olives to decorate, right?
But we like them.
But I put a lot because I like them. And I put them inside because I like finding the olives inside. So it's for me it's more than a decoration, but generally it shouldn't be that many. Up to you again. You know, cooking is like an adventure. Just do what you want.
So the black olives will, yes, they look a little bit better, but also they bring a beautiful, beautiful flavor into it, okay? Because you have this great, we have boneless black olives with no flavor. Here in Spain, you can find with many flavors. This is the natural black olives, okay? So that's, what kind of cheese? This is any type of white cheese. We put, how do you call it? It's,
Which one was? I think this one was. I think it's Gruyere. But
Gruyere
you can
cheese?
maybe find something without mozzarella, or depends on the flavor you want to use. We use white cheese, but I mean.
yeah. Normally it's like Gruyere or...
Yeah, don't use Parmesano
No.
or those things something that is
It
melts.
brings,
It's
yeah.
a melted cheese.
You just need something a little bit melted, and that's pretty much all you really need. Okay, so it's more about the texture and the crispy and the melting and the whole thing, what you're looking for. Okay, not just not just for the taste. Okay, so really it gives the consistency. So, well, then it goes into the oven. We have put an extra...
The thing is that what I generally do is I get this ready, let it cool, and then maybe use it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
All of these things are stews. They're good on the day, but they're super good the day after. So if you do it today, you can put them tomorrow.
Something that you can use or not is pepper.
There we go.
We didn't put any pepper in this.
Because our friend is coming and she doesn't like black pepper.
Like black pepper.
But normally we would have put a little bit of black pepper.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with her and black pepper. It gives her bad stomach.
She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. We don't put pepper. It's fine. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here is.
Okay, let's see. Open it. So we have one that we did, as we always do one before. So what we're doing is just grill it to
You
see.
see how it's getting like, you get the grilling of the cheese. That sounds like fantastic. Okay, so what we will do, we'll send you a picture of it afterwards.
There we go.
Fran will send you a picture.
So if you guys want the picture and the information for Tuesday's live tour from Madrid, if you're in the email list, you will get all that information. If not, just send an email. On the text here, you can find the link to our mailing list, okay, or the newsletter. I promise that hopefully it will work and I will not send you again 8
No, it will
emails.
work.
Oh, okay. Okay, you don't need the picture
Don't
because
touch, don't touch.
I won't touch. It's already done. I will. There we go. This is how we present it at home. This is how it goes on the table. You can do it,
yeah.
the large one or the individual ones. Okay, so a little bit crispy on top. Super, super good.
Fine?
She's all happy. Oh, she's gone. No, she's
No, I'm
coming.
not gone. I'm here.
Okay, so everybody, I shall see you on Tuesday morning. I don't know what time because I have things to do, but I'll try to figure out what time. Probably it's earlier, much earlier than today. But thank you so much for joining in. We shall see you next week. What are we cooking next week? Do we know yet? We don't know yet.
No.
Anyway, so it's been a pleasure. We love you all. Thanks for coming home. And we shall see you next week.
If you make it, if you cook it, send us a picture.
Send a picture. We would love to know how it turns in your house.
Yeah.
Have a
Okay.
wonderful week. So I'll see you on Tuesday. Adiós,
Chao,
amigos. ¿Dónde está? Okay.
Guardar un momento.
Oh. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Hi, Rodney.
We are real techies, huh?
James, love you. Yeah, Lucilis, it is so good. Guess what we're having for dinner tonight? Okay, bye, guys. We love
Bye.
you.